Coach, we've talked a little bit about DA since he's been back. He and Ant continuing to work on that connection. Have you seen that game to game?
Yeah, they're getting better. They're getting better together. You could just tell that they're starting to get to know each other's game a lot more. But obviously, Ant has the ball a lot of times. But it's not just those two. Like, I think everybody's more figuring DA out more and learning how to get him the ball and where to give him the ball. And it'll just keep getting better and better.
And for you, it seems as though you like to get him early and often to kind of get him started. Do you feel like that works for him?
Yeah, I do. I've always felt that way about big man, in particular big man that, have the ability to score and stuff. Like, you try to get them going early. They do more for you everywhere. Defensively, offensively, like you feel involved, you feel appreciated, you do more for people. So there's no different in this game, and so we try to get him the ball early and see how it's going. And, he's been great. DA he's been awesome for us.
We were just talking about earlier today in our podcast how impressed we've been with his passing from the paint. Have you noticed that as well?
Yeah, his decision-making has been pretty good from the paint when he gets that ball in the pocket, which is where he most of the time gets it, especially if he's in the pick and roll with Ant and or Malcolm. He catches it in the pocket a lot, and he's doing a good job of reading that low-man defender, and he's making the good passes, man. He's been doing a good job.
What have you thought about Scoot's ability to draw fouls lately and get to free throw? Now, it seems like that's something he's improved upon in the last month or so of the season.
Yeah, it's his aggression. It's his aggression. I always believe that the most aggressive person in that matchup usually will win. And he's aggressive the whole time, trying to get to the basket, trying to get to the paint. And it's working for him, and it works for us. We love when we get teams in the bonus with 6-7 minutes left in the quarter. We can kind of control the tempo. And Scoot, that's been one of the things that we tell him, like, you should be on the attack all the time. And that's just a byproduct of that,
It also seems, too, that maybe he's getting a little better at going to the rim and knowing what he's doing there. So, because it seemed like maybe initially he was I won't say trying to avoid contact, but just trying to, get up finishes that seemed like might be a little difficult for him. When you just kind of go straight to the basket and go up, like, you're more likely to get the call in those situations, it seems.
Yeah, what you're saying with him is just, experience. He's just starting to experience these things and starting to understand and know how to get fouled. He see guy on the drive, he's out of position, he can just run right into, he's just starting to figure those things out. The biggest thing is you can only figure him out through playing, and experience. So Scoot's been doing a really good job of that.
There's a lot of buzz around your first two trade deadlines. This one's kind of quiet. Any discussions you've had with the team about dealing with this type of week or kind of?
No, I haven't. I haven't really had to this year, to talk to anybody. The guys, that names will be out there, the Malcolms and those guys have been a part of this thing for a long time, and they understand the maturity level is totally different. It doesn't change anything for them. So, no, I haven't had to have that conversation with the guys this year.
What about with this being such a young team, and a lot of these guys haven't, and not that any of the younger guys are really in any of those discussions, but none of them have really been through this part of the business aspect of it before. Are you kind of seeing any of those guys, see that stuff and get caught up in that stuff?
No, not really. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody differently or act differently or anybody down or, I'm sorry. So, no, it's been cool. It's been cool. It's been pretty quiet, So we'll see if it stays that way.
Did Shaden go through practice today?
No.
What were your biggest takeaways from Chris Murray's performance?
I thought Chris did a good job with his opportunity. I really did. Chris is a player that he doesn't make very many mistakes, man. He does it right all the time. You have a chase down block here, or offensive rebound here. He's going to do something to impact the game is what you always going to get from him. And I think his confidence is just starting to pick up. The more he plays, the more confident he becomes. And I thought he was good. I thought he gave us some positive minutes both nights.